Markets never sleep, whales move silent, but we speak. On-chain truth, no disguise. This is Leviathan, open your eyes.
GM fam, today is Friday, August 15th, the Ides of August, as I call it at least. It's the first day of the rest of our lives, and for your sake, I hope it is your best one yet. I know for our sake, it's going to be a fantastic one because we're doing this new Llama Party format where we just chill, vibe out, hang out, talk about all the amazing news that's happened in DeFi in the past week. Last week, we came to you live from a Las Vegas seedy hotel room. Today, we are back in our studio. So we are feeling good. We are so thrilled that you are going to be joining us. So go ahead and while we are getting things live here, take a second to retweet this, share this, get this to all of your friends and colleagues. A ton of fun stuff is going to be happening. And of course, as part of this new format, we hope that you just join us. As Robo Odin's pointing out, there's a lot of stuff this week. So if you guys don't join us directly in the, we're sending this link out, so it's on YouTube. I'll drop this on X right now. If you don't want to just join and hang out, then I will open up the chats so you guys can just pop right in, and we'll talk about everything that's going on. Of course, commenting is like the big thing that we got going on with regards to Leviathan on our website. So we are fueled by your comments. And other than that, let me get this link syndicated through so that anyone who wants can come join. And of course, take a second to look at this QR code in the upper left-hand corner. This is part of the squid pass that is going to hopefully be seeing some auctioning pressure. It already has been going for pre-bid of about 10,000 squid, pretty substantial. If you're interested in it, that's going to get you advertising inventory not only on this live stream as well as every previous live stream with this QR code, but you are going to be getting inventory on our website, on our Telegram, on our we don't have anything on our Discord. Our X feed. Our X feed's a very big one. A lot of amazing inventory. The current holder of this QR code is the all-time champion for winners, AIOZ. They are building a decentralized personal identity network. And the future is going to be built on shared systems and networks. So give extractive centralized systems and monopolies the boot and boot up AI's network today. Click through the QR code. It takes you through to their Discord. It's a fantastic place. A lot of fun to hang out and just chill, talk about the latest news. As you know, like crypto news happens intensely at intense speed, intense amount of stuff going on. And it's tough to keep track of everything. The way we recommend to do it is to take a look at leviathannews.xyz. I'm gonna turn off the chat for a second until it gets popping. Don't forgive me, Robo Odin, for placing you in a little box. Want people to be able to see all the crazy stuff that's going on this past week in crypto and how that they can keep track of it. You can see one very handsome gentleman right there is starting it off. This is the link to our current live stream. This and much, much more is going on. Let's get... Yeah, I'm back. Don't worry. Couldn't leave you guys for too long. Got a ton of amazing stories that we want to talk about this week. One of the things that has not yet live on the website, but you might imagine we keep a lot of attention to who is clicking, who is commenting, who's reading. It's still not ready for prime time, but we know internally what the kind of hottest and buzziest stories are going on this past week. So we are keeping an eye on those. It's probably no surprise, like the different stories that are doing very, very well. So there's been stories that they get like a lot of comments, stories that get like a lot of attention. One that's like hitting above its weight is this one here, which is from Cubic. Cubic is a $300 million AI project, and it's claimed to have conquered $6 billion privacy giant with a 51% attack on Monero. And what was really interesting about this was I actually usually I get all my news from Leviathan, but I heard about this first in Vegas. Last week I was in Vegas at the Rare Evo conference. We'll talk about that a bit more later once the things start to pick up. The Rare Evo conference was a blast, but one of the things that was funny about it is I didn't actually know a lot of the people there because it was mostly like they're trying to get more of an Ethereum DeFi presence. So there was like a little, let's say, like ghetto of Ethereum DeFi projects. This was like myself. The Frax team was there because the Frax team is very tight with Vegas. The Yearn team was there. Yearn team is always great to hang out with. Enjoyed hanging out with the friends from Octave and IQ.ai and ImmuneFi. Beyond this, though, like there was mostly a Cardano conference. So I didn't actually like know what was going on with Cardano. I like always used it. I feel bad about this as like more of a punchline. Within the Ethereum world, you could just kind of say Cardano, and people will be like, ah ha 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 ha, that's funny. But turns out there's like actually like a lot of activity and stuff going on around Cardano, and they're making fun of Ethereum too, which is also like the funniest thing to hear about. So basically, I didn't know anyone there, so I was just like randomly talking with people and trying to say like, interested in Curve or L1s, L2s, deployments of Curve, or et cetera, et cetera. And I happened to sit down with this actual group here, Cubic. I just sat down and started eating lunch and was like, so what are you guys doing? And they're basically like, yeah, we're taking over Monero. And I was like, oh, I think I have a little like Monero lying around in one of my like dust in one of my wallets. Does this mean like I'm effed? Does this mean I just lost all my Monero? So what the headlines have been claiming is that Cubic has basically like conquered Monero, 51% attack, and they have taken it over. And it's unclear what exactly is happening. So this one comes from Rect News. Rect News is saying that it's not actually the case. Rect News is saying that it's a little bit overhyped. Cubic is running closer to a 30% hash rate, not 51%. Maybe it's legitimate. Their dashboards seem to be disappearing. It's kind of unclear. I don't actually know enough to know anything about this because I'd never heard of Cubic before I sat down with them. What's the context I can add is when I had lunch with them, I was kind of saying like, you guys actually like took it over, and they kind of suggested that maybe it wasn't like a complete takeover, or if it was, one of the things that they really stressed was that it's even if it's a takeover, it wasn't meant to be hostile. Like in the same way that Convex has quote unquote taken over Curve, it's not like they're like trying to like do anything like untoward towards the XMR network. Quite the opposite, like similar to how Convex is big believers in Curve and has only proven to be a responsible steward of their governance power. That was more the tack that Cubic was trying to take when they talked with me about what they were doing. As Robo Odin is pointing out in the comments, again, Robo Odin, sorry for boxing you in, but until we get more comments popping, we don't want to use up too much real estate in the screen. But yeah, basically marketing, and it kind of worked. So we're talking about Cubic. No one was talking about Cubic before. I'd say like good work, Cubic, because you got our attention. We are interested in hearing what's going on with Cubic. So that's not nothing. Pretty cool stuff. So anyway, if people know more about this story, please do head to Leviathan News and comment on it, because that's a great way for us to understand what exactly is going on. Some other news that is buzzing. I wanted to highlight this one because this is just a fantastic opportunity for anyone who is paying attention to the Open Stablecoin Index. Open Stablecoin Index. A lot of you are, because it launched through so far 2 rounds of airdrops. The first to the Leviathan Squid community. It's in fact actually only about 11% of you have claimed that airdrop. You should go and do so, because the airdrop is still available to be claimed. This is if you had any Squid token, you got a proportional amount of Squill, which is the governance token. And this is actually a substantial airdrop relative to the Squid community, because Squid is kind of like fun and games, and like we post some news stories, we do some live streaming, we we have a lot of fun. But like if I were to tell you, hey, you're a venture capitalist and you want to invest in some people that are having some fun, and you'd probably be like, well, that's worthless. So I'd say your project is probably worth like 500K. And you'd probably be right, because that is where the market is valuing Squid. Squill, on the other hand, is actually like a new financial primitive. It is built off of essentially an open index of stablecoin issuing projects. You can actually buy the token, these open stablecoin token. It will give you exposure to the 10 top decentralized stablecoin governance tokens. So it's like actually like a real financial thing. It's crossing 1 million in TVL very soon. So like you probably want some open, you probably want some Squill to govern it. The Squill market cap is closer to, I think, 3 million last I checked. So this is like an airdrop that is bigger than the constituent token. So if you got Squid, why wouldn't you just claim your Squill? It's free money. We've got tons of details on that. You can always hit us up in the chat if you're unable to figure out where or how that is. GM to Rand Corp watching on YouTube, by the way. Thank you so much for joining us. It's Friday. Grab some beverages of whatever kind is time appropriate for where you are listening to this from. For me, I'm pounding some black tea, but I hope you guys are drinking something good, like maybe some hard stuff like coffee. Anyway, the Open Stablecoin Index is offering a Squill bounty. So this is just tell some stories about some of these protocols that are in the Open Stablecoin Index, and you can earn some Squill. There's been like a few Squill bounties that have been being splashed around. Most recently, we had a very interesting incident where we were the stablecoin index was undergoing its quarterly rebalance, and there was kind of like some weirdness in the transactions. So the community was asked to like fill out some reports and say, hey, like, what do you think actually went wrong with this particular rebalancing? Like, why did it rebalance and then come back unbalanced? And there were two different takes as to why it came back the way it did. So really cool stuff happening. The best place to hang out and learn more is within the Telegram. You can find the link in their bio, click through. Really cool stuff. On that subject, by the way, of Open Stablecoin Index, I brought this one up. It's not the best photo of me because, first of all, like I'm dressed a little bit too cash. I thought that not wearing a tie because it was Friday was going to be like a little bit, presumptuous. But here I am, like rocking a polo shirt, and then it just caught me like a wrong time. But I think this photo was selected because it was on the slide where the Open Stablecoin Index was in fact in the background. Basically, like to close out the story with the Rare Evo conference, yes, I gave a keynote presentation on why TradFi stablecoins need DeFi stablecoins. I did it last week as a live stream from the Vegas hotel room where I kind of workshopped it. It went pretty good, I thought. I made some tweaks based on the feedback that all of you gave, so thank you very much for the feedback. And I delivered the final version. Of course, when I was in public, I had a lot of ums, a lot of ahs. I tripped over my words. I forgot where I was going sometimes. I missed all the good stuff, but I muddled through it. No one complained. No one no one said it was like a traumatic experience. So I had a really good time. I'm actually going to be giving a variant of it in a little over 1 week time. So this is very exciting for me. Really appreciate the comments that I got from all of you. So one person said that this was a good, coherent talk, and that Curve is lucky to have me on the team. I echo that. Thank you. Thank you. Curve is lucky to have me on the team. Second is Pet Cell saying, it's been a while since I've seen Top Chad sitting in these events while talking 100% crypto and Web3. Garrett, last name redacted, is the highlight of the event. He spoke words that resonate and explain a whole lot of things in a very short time frame. Definitely buy into my idea of the Hegelian dialectic, rooting for any new integrations that promise extra layer of security to any protocol in this new era we're headed into. Oh, thank you. Rand Corp, coffee in hand, also said it was a great keynote and hope to do it again. Yes, had a blast. The Rare Evo conference was a legitimate trip. I'm actually trying to write up like a full blog post on my experience. And of course, it wouldn't take too much imagination to guess the angle that I would go with it. The last blog post I wrote up in the form of some of a travelogue was when I visited South Florida, and I picked Origin of the Species as kind of like my grounding work for how I was going to write about it. Of course, I'm going to do a Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas type, not parody, but like homage if I do get this knocked out. But it was like a really fun event. Just to give the kind of the full recap of what all happened at this event, you can find that and watch it, or just watch last week's live stream. But the event basically kicked off with a party where one of the DJ was what's his name, Elijah Wood from Hobbit fame of Lord of the Rings. So like I think it's kind of wild to me because like I don't know what's going on. Is like did he just like give up from acting to become a full-time DJ? It was this like gorgeous rooftop venue. There was like half indoors, half outdoors. Now, of course, like I'm not a dancer, I'm not a partier, so I was just trying to get out as quick as I could. But I think it was like actually like a legit good party. People seemed to be having a really good time, and it seemed to attract like a party going crowd. I say this because like the gender ratio was not 95-5. It was like closer to like 85-15, or Silicon Valley like put it, is veritable well, I forget what the joke that they used was, but it was like this is close as you can get to mixed company within crypto. So very fun event. And then the actual conference itself, like previously had been a Cardano like focused conference, but the Rare Evo conference is branching out and getting into like a lot more like interesting applications that some are Cardano adjacent, some are completely unrelated. There was probably 10 to 20% was like this Ethereum DeFi corner. Always great to catch up with them. But then, I got a long time to talk about with Mr. Sam Kazemian of Frax about some of this cool stuff that they're doing. Because for a long time, he's been teasing that there's like an IPO coming. And I was like, that's like ridiculous. What are you talking about? But I got a chance to hear specifically what he means. And all I can say, because I don't want to like give away too much, is that it's a fairly novel legal structure that he's or legal maneuver he's using to push this IPO. To his knowledge, it's not been done anytime before. He thinks that, not financial advice, of course, is going to gigasend the Frax price, not the Frax stablecoin, but the Frax governance token. I've seen a lot of claims like this before, also in DeFi. So like, I'm not personally like rushing out to buy Frax based on this, which probably means it will shoot up. But basically, like, in crypto, it happens all the time where people are like do things that one would think would gigasend the token price, and it doesn't gigasend the token price. And it's like, okay, crypto markets are completely irrational. But maybe this one, maybe this one will do it. Who knows? I can't predict the future. Robo Odin is bullish not on the Frax token, but on Frax USD, the stablecoin. One of the cool things about Frax is that they, and again, this might be bluff, bravado, or might be accurate, but he thinks that they're going to be the first Genius Act compliant stablecoin. So the Genius Act gives this kind of legal pathway to stablecoins, and if you go through that pathway, you get like a severe amount of legal protections for your stablecoin, which actually make it like on some level. We talked about this. This didn't get into the speech that he gave to all of you on the live stream last week. But in talking with Sam, I kind of added this in because basically if you have like FDIC protection, it caps out at $250K for deposits in your bank account. But essentially, like if you have a stable coin that's covered by the Genius Act, you have first right in any bankruptcy proceedings. And presuming that the stablecoin actually is like backing it 1-to-1, this essentially means it could be a fairly safe way of holding the stablecoin in your bank account. So that's like a pretty cool thing. So I would recommend that everyone check that out. So really, really cool conversations with some of the existing DeFi founders. Some other highlights was the Midnight Network that was sponsoring that party with Frodo as DJ. The Midnight Network is one of several different blockchains I've seen that is basically working at building a much more institutionally like friendly blockchain. So what I think is amazing, we talked a bit about Monero earlier, which was one of the earlier privacy-focused stablecoins, and as a result, like it's always been under like intense attack because like the idea of privacy is always been a no-go within crypto for the powers that be. But in a way, we might get privacy because none of the institutions actually want to be on a public blockchain. They think that their trading strategy is somehow their secret sauce or what have you, and they don't want to. They don't want to give up their secret sauce. So they're basically like, we might get privacy blockchains with the ability to like embed KYC data in there. Pims, welcome. How's it going?
You put me on the spotlight. Can you hear me?
I can, yes. How's it going?
I'm doing well. I just joined, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
No worries. I was talking about my experiences at Rare Evo. I got a chance to talk with the Midnight blockchain. They were sponsoring a lot of the events. They're building like an institutional blockchain with privacy, but the ability to embed transaction level KYC data so that like it could be very institutionally compliant and friendly. But It's a party. Like we're talking about crypto and all the amazing news. So just anything in particular you came that you want to talk about, or what brings you to the party?
Oh, look, I'm having breakfast so that the live stream was on, so I decided to join and listen to you. And the week has been pretty eventful from a price perspective. And I would say that the last few days and weeks have been really amazing as an ETH holder, feeling a bit less stupid with our lives. So, but I don't know if we want to talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? I mean, like here I am, like rambling about like midnight blockchain and stuff like that. When we've had all-time highs for Bitcoins, Ethereum passing $4,700. Like, what a fun week! Like, are you having people messaging you out of the blue, like asking about cryptocurrency?
Not yet, not yet. So that's reassuring, but I guess it will come soon.
I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. The other like really big news, which I was waiting a bit to see if we could get the numbers up. So everyone, do take a second to retweet, share this, like this. We got like 200 people watching right now, which is nice, but it would be way better if we had 2 million people. I know that all of us probably know like 50, 100 people, Dunbar's number. So at the very least, if we all invite everyone we know, we could probably get this above 1,000. So take a second to do that. But I want to talk a bit about the other like really exciting news, which came out of the Curve ecosystem, which is that Curve is celebrating its 5th birthday. So I don't know if you were celebrating that at all or anything, but this was the 5th anniversary, not of anything like the Curve protocol existed before the 5th birthday, of course. But the DAO token. So this was when the OX Chad decided that it was just going to like say, "Hey, bros, that's a pretty cool contract you got. It would be a shame if someone like yeeted it on chain for you," and then went ahead and did so, which actually resolved some like curious issues, because back then crypto was like nowadays it kind of seems like anything goes in crypto. There has been some crackdowns here or there in different parts of the world, but largely like it's like kind of like rampant what's going on, and they needed like the ability, like they weren't really sure about like the legality of launching it on chain directly, but thankfully OX Chad decided to take the risk and just dropped it on chain. It was the birth of the Curve token, and since then Curve token has undergone many different inflation reductions, and the core team inflation, which was a hefty chunk of it, is all disappeared, and the actual like Curve inflation rate is now like very low. I think it's like 5%. I'll get the exact numbers on that in just a second. So pretty fun to celebrate the birthday. What do you think, Pims? Or if you want to just like listen, don't want to be on the spot, let me know. That's totally fine too.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm happy to be here. It's a big deal indeed, those 5 years, and especially in a space that is as violent as crypto, where 99% of things are fluff and tend to die pretty quickly. This time of longevity, I think it speaks a lot for the Curve ecosystem itself, and it's still extremely relevant. And I'm sure that we will talk about yield bases coming after that. So they keep building, they keep creating new stuff that's probably is going to be the backbone of the future of finance. So, and I'm saying this half as a joke and half as I believe it is.
No, I completely agree with you. I think it's I think that like you definitely read my mind. We'll get into yield basis, but I want to give Curve its propers, because 5 is ancient in terms of DeFi. But here's where we are. Basically, like the inflation has fallen off a roof, and as of August, just a few days ago, the community yearly Curve is the total circulating Curve supply is at 2.3 million. 76% of this has been distributed, and the Curve inflation rate is down to 5.01%. The other kind of thing that's wild about it is the Curve inflation schedule is meant to mimic the Bitcoin schedule. It's just a smoother curve because it happens annually instead of every 4 years, which means that 5 years in, like we're only one Bitcoin Bitcoin would have only gone through one of its halvening cycles. Curve's now been through 5 cycles, and we're 76% issued out there. Like for the past 4 or 5 years, like I've had to deal with this FUD that like Curve is like over emitting, Curve is overpaying for inflation. Now all of a sudden Curve has become scarce. I think we're going to start to see like maybe we'll see in the next few years, presuming Curve continues its massive innovation, that we're going to see that like Curve is people are like saying the things like, "Oh, you're lucky! I can't believe you were able to get like 200% Curve on that pool back in the day." Like I think we might actually see those days where like Curve becomes hyper scarce. If you look at the notable emissions years, the last year that emissions are going to be over 10 million is 19 years from now. This past year was the past year that the emissions were over 100 million. So just some wild stuff. And to your point about like the lifetime in crypto, that's the other like FUD that has been leveled at Curve and the VECRV mechanics fairly, perhaps in my opinion, like a 4-year lock is a lifetime within cryptocurrency. Like the amount of stuff that happened just in the past week is impossible to keep up with. Asking people to lock for 4 years, especially the beginning of DeFi summer, was a huge ask. The fact that people did it is amazing. I think that when you are architecting VE tokenomics, basically you will find that like the different choices you make and how you craft your VE token have a like tremendous impact on how the protocol gets shaped. I think one of the things that we saw is that like because it's not easy for an individual necessarily to do a 4-year VE lock, what you actually find is that you'll find that protocols like could actually build in smart contract logic to do that much more smoothly and efficiently. And as a result, the thing that we saw is like all these like ecosystem of protocols built on top of Curve, StakeDAO, Convex. We saw Aladdin build Concentrator atop it. So essentially, like because it was like maybe a user unfriendly mechanism for just a retail user, it became more important for like the protocol level to build a protocol level solution to how to like make that more workable. So congratulations to Curve. 5 years, looking fantastic. We'll see how you look in another 5 years. But it seems like safe to say that Curve has like seen some pretty big staying power. So congrats there. Sir Pims, anything you want to add before we move on to the next topic, which in fact you predicted?
I'm eating, so I'll pass.
I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. One of the things I do to keep my focus is I try and do these llama parties before I've eaten breakfast. But then usually I try and like do my gym before I do the llama parties. And back in the day, I could only convince myself to go to the gym by promising myself a food reward right afterwards. So basically, like I am exhausted, and all I can think about is eating. But I have to get through this to be able to eat. So sometimes, like if I am I back? I think I'm back. Okay. All right. No, I don't know if I'm back, but Restream's at least responding. So even if you can't hear me, as Alex Rosengarten pointed out, the EOA restriction has also been lifted. So that's another piece of Curve lore that not everyone might remember. But back in the day, you had to get the DAO to whitelist the ability to VE lock Curve from a smart contract. This meant that it was effectively like gate kept, so not any protocol could just willy-nilly build. But that I believe that has also been lifted so that anyone who wants to like vote lock Curve can. So sometimes this would also preclude things from like multi-sigs and safes from doing it. And then Robo Odin points out that he's having to find himself explain LLs and how their peg is an advantage for long-term holders and yield farmers. Yeah, that's actually one thing worth bringing up while we're still on the subject of Curve is the Curve DeFi Wars.xyz. Let's get this chart showing. and show off. I don't know if show off is the right word, but the if you've been following Curve and I want to see one of the craziest charts in all of crypto, it is how the Curve pegs have held up. The Curve pegs are not in a good position. The Curve pegs, SD curve is the best at 60%, Y curve is at 44%, and convex curve is at 38.5%. This is zooming out. The past month has shown basically no change. This basically started around November. But before that, if you look at like the all-time history, the pegs are pretty good. So this is a trading choice for all of you traders out there. You know, if you want to gamble on Curve and you want to gamble on these repegging and you have a long enough time horizon, there is like each of these has different peg mechanics and they might well go back. They might not. So like CVX Curve is like a one-way peg where there's a lot of like mechanisms built in to restore the peg back towards 100%. It's not going to go over 100% because it can be minted one for one, but it does have some like strong mechanics that could push it back in that direction. And these all are in yield as well. So if you want to hold Curve and gamble on the upside, these are potentially good investments. On the other hand, if they stay depegged, you'll get the yield, but they might not be good investments. So you can decide what you want to do with it. But this is interesting stuff. All right, let's get to, unless there's any other comments on Curve. Oh, we got another llama joining. Oh, nice. Robo Odin is joining us. Robo Odin, how you doing?
Doing great. I would have joined a little bit earlier, but my phone was giving me weird issues.
No worries. I'm glad that you can talk here because you're the one who inspired us to pull up this chart. What is your thought on the liquid lockers? Are they likely to repeg or anything like that?
I think in the short term, no. And that is because people are really bullish on Curve right now, and they just keep pumping it. And so we've had these ridiculous, in a positive way, price actions. And so I think people are going to just take their liquid locker and dump it, which is fine. I mean, people have been holding it for a long time. But you get so much of, I mean, I checked today, it was 158% swap bonus on convex. And so people should not at this point convert their Curve to liquid lockers. You should swap and you can get a massive upgrade to it. And so, yeah, I use that personally, I use it for farming. I've been just soaking up these great farms. And so eventually, the next bear market, those pegs tend to heal as people switch from speculative, flipping. So, no, I think in the short term, these pegs are going to continue to be beat up unless we crab for like months.
But let's face it, like everyone here, even though we're now like cognizant of the fact that we're in a bull market, all of us are going to hold on too long and we're going to be stuck holding into the bear market anyway. So why not plan for it?
Oh, absolutely. So it's like, okay, it might take, let's say it takes 6 months for these pegs to heal. Well, in that entire time, I'm farming more than if I was to directly lock myself. Like it makes sense to me, but some people are not patient.
I hear that. So, I think it depends on like what your plans are. Like maybe if you're planning, if you do think you can catch the top, maybe you keep a little Curve naked, so you can sell it off if it goes too high. If not, so it goes. Let's just zoom in on this one because we got notice that the Squid Pass auction is heating up. I think you were one of the people that might have been planning to bid for it, Sir Odin. Is that correct?
No comment.
Oh, okay.
As I am now in this war.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and pull this up live because I always lose track of time. But the bid has been extended. It's in the. Oh, did I get the time wrong? It looks like it actually expires in an hour. Wait, it shouldn't be.
Yeah, it was an hour and like 20 minutes when I first bid.
Oh my gosh, I think I might have fat fingered it again. I get to like manually enter these, and sometimes I do it when I haven't had my coffee. So I think I fat fingered it. It's usually supposed to be like by default, it was like a 60-second cooldown when you place a bid in the last like 5 minutes, or sorry, a 5-minute cooldown. I was trying to make it a 10-minute cooldown. I think I may have made it an hour cooldown. So I guess we're not going to find out if you or someone else wins, but the bid is up to 14,420.
I don't think the cooldown's too wild. I think you just started off with over an hour.
Okay, maybe. We'll see. But OX780A, I can't remember my numbers. Is that that's not you, is it? No comment. Understood.
No, I'm not the current winning bid at the moment. So I'm learning Fractal as I go. It was an interesting bridge experience because I used the old bridge and I used the ferry. And I'm like, what? It takes 8 hours to bridge. And then DeFi Advisor was telling me better things. But I got to use cross curve for the first time. Blown away instantly.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah. And then was I wrong that you used to be able to use Frax ETH as gas?
Yes, so they changed it. They are trying to like bring their whole tokenomics more in line. So they renamed it as they renamed everything, and now it's the Frax token, formerly FXS, that is used as the gas token.
Yeah, gotcha. Because I've been using Fractal for a while, but I just had it all in ETH, and so I had to like quickly have someone send me some Frax to swap. But no, I figured it all out.
Well, what's amazing is it doesn't take much. The chain is like stupid cheap, which is great. And then if you had the ETH on there, by the way, I don't know if you saw this. I'd actually be curious to get your feedback because we're like taking a spin at kind of redoing the auction page here. Did you notice that you could bid in wrapped Frax ETH on this page here?
And I'm debating it, but right now I'm gonna buy up some more squid to keep this heated up.
Nice. I mean, I'm never gonna say people should not buy up squid, but when you bid in wrapped Frax ETH, it actually automatically buys up squid. It swaps it directly in the curve pool, so it's just getting the quote and the rate from the curve pool and swaps it on the spot with like a 1% allowance for slippage.
Yeah, no, I noticed the swap.
So that's been a lot of fun.
I haven't done it yet because I didn't want to do math in my head, but
it's okay. You could we built it, and so you could just type in the amount that you would like in wrapped Frax ETH. And
I've been shilling the Squid Pass to a lot of projects as an easy, cheap marketing. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to force these people to do it.
It's kind of crazy how good of marketing it is. So first of all, we've got 366 DeFi Chads joining us, listening to me talk about AOS all hour, because AOS is leading decentralized personal identity. So if that's not enough, on top of that, you get advertising space on our website, the pinned post on Telegram, the pinned post on X. Usually a lot of us go in and retweet it and share it. Oh, here comes a bid. Maybe someone who was live here, maybe not, we don't know, bid 15,420. So even if I executed this, it would not go through. The minimum bid price is now just $143 to get us to talk about the project. So Sir Odin, in the event that, like, I know that you're not commenting on whether or not you're a participant or the winning bid, but hypothetically, if it was you winning this fantastic Squid Pass, advertising across a huge variety of Leviathan inventory, and probably getting a lot of people to comment and give you feedback on this, what would you want to advertise?
Well, that there's a lot of projects coming on, and so I wanted to, like, right now test the waters, because when I'm actually needing to use the major auction house, when that moment comes for a proper show, I want to be more than ready.
Understood. So this is like training wheels.
Yeah. So this is just like, I mean, normally I let the guys push, sorry, technical difficulties.
No
Normally
worries,
yeah, my phone. I'm getting a new microphone. I moved, and my old one broke. But I normally, I love the AOS guys, and I, like that they dominate auctions. But I said the auctions are too cheap. Like 2 weeks ago, it was like $40, and they're like, that's not acceptable. And so I get to, shill some projects that I love.
Any
So we'll
examples?
see. We'll see if I win or if I'm even bidding right now.
Any examples of projects you'd like to shill since you're here?
Well, right now, and it's I'm doing it as a teaser because I've been trying to get them on Leviathan News, but I want to shill Tokamak, and they've been great for
great.
almost all of their auto pools have been using and have been on Curve. And so
True.
I was like, you know what? It's time to get them some marketing. Time to lure them on to Leviathan.
No, Tokamak is great. Survivors of the bear market deserve a huge bump in my book amongst them. Tokamak.
Yeah, well, and their new product I think makes more sense, and it's been heavily using Curve, so that's always a win in my book. So we'll see, but this auction might heat up.
We'll see. We'll see if I'm still online for it. 48 minutes. We'll see how long we can keep this telethon going. Joining us is another llama. We really have a true llama party here because I see I'm talking with 3 llama herders, and maybe I could just there we go. Now we're 4 llamas. DeFi advisor, sir, welcome.
Hello guys, what's up? Was tempted
Hello.
the party vibes, and also been talking to Robo on the messages earlier. And yeah, the Squid Pass activity is quite remarkable. Shout out to all participants, and nice to see you too, Pimps. After a while, been a while, man. Thank you so much for joining.
Good to hear you. Good to hear you, and good to be here.
I get it. Actually, what I wanted the most is to, and I also use the Leviathan account in order to enter, because if you have to wrap it up early, but the auction will keep going, maybe it will allow me to keep the stream going, and while the auction is live, so we can broadcast it.
Hey, we can go as long as I have the capacity for. So as I was trying to mention before my
No, I mean,
Yeah.
even if you need to get off the stream, it not, because I'm on the Leviathan account, it will now allow me to continue it and broadcast the auction. No,
I think so, but why risk it? Why don't I just turn the camera off if it comes to that, and just let you keep going?
Great. No, because I thought that you said that you need to that you have stuff to do.
No, I'm just starving.
Okay.
I go hungry for these llama parties, so if the hunger gets too great and my stomach growling gets too loud, then I'll just turn my camera off and let you guys take it for a sec while I grab a mutton chop from the fridge or something.
All good.
That's actually a great plan. That's called strategy, guys.
No, I think I've always wanted a llama party that goes for 12 hours or something. Maybe today could be the day.
I mean, I feel like we could do it. We could just with a little bit of planning, we could set that up.
Well, why don't we cut to one more story I wanted to talk about, because I promised it in the title and I hate to not fulfill the promises, and we got a good crew here to discuss it. This is brought to us by a extremely handsome llama by the name of CurveCap, who wrote that Yield Basis has released their protocol core contracts, which is a suite of Viper contracts and tests covering the auto leverage, AMM, and leveraged liquidity token. And one of the things I thought was kind of cool about this is if you look at the repository here, as you might expect, 68.5% Viper, 31.4% Python, but 0.1% JavaScript. If you look at the Curve core contracts, it's 0% JavaScript. So despite the fact that Mitch and others style themselves as a JavaScript disrespector, this is an infinite increase in the amount of JavaScript being used in this new repository. That's interesting to me as a geek. Maybe not.
Yeah, no, that is interesting. I don't know enough to know why they did it, but
it's just this hard hat config. So they're using hard hat, I guess, for some testing. So because the config files in JS like that, this tiny little auto generation by Brownie is enough to make it 0.1%. So I thought that was kind of funny. Yeah, Alice is confirming. So I'm guessing that none of you guys have like looked over this on the technical side and weighed in on it. But I haven't gotten a chance to weigh in and look super close
I've
either.
looked over some of the stuff, and I used to consider myself pretty smart, and then I looked at a lot of that and I was like, okay, I don't understand it. But luckily there are smarter llamas than me, and they explained it to me, and so I'm quite hyped.
Excellent. Why don't
then
you say what the smarter llama said?
Well, it was just talking about how like the potential to bring in yield on Bitcoin to the greater ecosystem is nice. I stole Alma chat of win yield basis for gold pairs. It's one of my favorite gold pairs, 2 LPs of gold tokens. And it gets no love because most of the TVL is on Uni and all the stuff for no yield. It's like, well, we'll just move it to Curve. Get yield on gold. But no, I think it's got a lot of potential for stuff. So I'm excited.
There's one gold lending
personally, even though I'm kind of left curving it.
I don't know if you saw that one.
I haven't actually.
I'll go ahead and pull that up.
What's the pair? Yeah.
Let's see. It's been a bit since I looked at that one, because I know I have one gold token that's just kind of sitting there doing nothing except going up, which is great. But I was thinking, why not?
Yeah. Well, and I'm not a gold bug in any regard, but I do like on-chain gold as a concept because it tends to not fall as hard as like Bitcoin does during a bear market.
Exactly. Like, it's good to have a little bit in your backyard. So I think this is it, right? XAUM. This looks like the right price. At 3335 is the price of an ounce of gold, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't know about this. This is good. I'll have to check this out.
Yeah, so not much, but honest work, and it looks like it's fairly underutilized as a market because I only see like a few thousand and maybe 10,000 borrowing in there, which means a pretty low borrow rate.
I mean, is this a newer pair for LlamaLand?
Yeah, it's fairly newer. Let's see when this was deployed here. This was deployed 265 days ago. I guess that's not that
okay.
I think people just didn't notice. So
yeah, no, I didn't, because I enjoy on-chain gold a whole lot more than physical gold for sure.
Yeah, but taking it back to our subject of yield basis, there's I didn't understand it at first when I read through the white paper, and like it kind of made some sense. Mitch has done an amazing amount of interviews on this. So one that was scooped by K Toad Jam is this with DeFi Dojo, Steven, who came on a previous Llama Party. Fantastic. Like one of the just giga brains.
Brilliant.
You can tell.
Oh yeah.
So I haven't actually watched this yet. So I'm sure it's good. I watched a different interview where he was talking about like the one from ETH Belgrade, I think, where it makes perfect sense when you hear Mitch describe it, and he's really good at explaining these things. Because he's another person, of course, like Gigabrain, and he could just talk at this like lofty level that we can't understand. But he keeps it like incredibly comprehensible. And after watching, I was like, oh, okay, now I understand how it working. Now I understand how it's getting. But you've talked to some llamas, Sir Odin. Could you give us like the TLDR that they gave you on yield basis?
Well, what they were shilling to me was the amount of revenue that yield basis in theory should pull in, and so that's why I was like, oh yes, this makes sense to me. But just killing the idea of taking impermanent or removing impermanent loss on such a volatile asset, I think is pretty nice. But no, I'm probably one of the worst people to ask about it.
Fair enough. I'll try and give my TLDR from the thing that I watched, but I'm sure I'm going to completely butcher this. But basically, my understanding is that like one of the problems that you always have with crypto, of course, is impermanent loss. Like there always needs to be paid for. And essentially, the way that like I understand yield basis doing it is to kind of use a similar mechanism to Curve USD, whereby you basically like within Curve USD, you take like volatile tokens and use it to create like a stable currency. Using that basic same mechanism to create a stable coin, which is part of this like larger basket. So you create this like larger basket of the volatile token plus this like stable coin within it that earns the trading fees, and use some of those trading fees essentially to like feed back in and pay back the impermanent loss. And then when you run simulations against it, this basically says, if you'd actually been running this, then the yields on this would have been higher than just what you would get from like holding it in like a naked LP pool. In some cases, he's saying like 12, 13% or something like that, which is like, okay, cool. That's really good yield in Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin yield is what got me into DeFi in the first place, as I had some like Bitcoin lying around and I wanted to earn some yield. And I saw Curve was giving like 5, 10%. And I was like, shoot, that's really good. I will bridge and I will try it. And then I I became an Ethereum maximalist, and so whatever. But I still think that you'll see a lot of people that if there is good yield on Bitcoin, will like go for it. So,
Well, I mean,
also
absolutely,
like
because
go ahead.
all I was going to say is, like, I mean, Bitcoin yield is just abysmal right now. And despite all of these DATs coming out of existence to buy up a ton of it, all this new ETFs, all this new technology, new things, new.
Oh shoot. Okay, I thought maybe it was
Whoops.
just my connection, but we lost Sir Odin right as he was getting to the good stuff. Oh well.
I'll try to just
Please,
to say
James,
that
go ahead.
about yield basis, I'm completely left curve, so I didn't look at the technical side of things. But first, I got really excited simply because I saw Mitch getting excited about launching something new. And last time I saw that was when CRV USD was, and this is something that I've been using ever since then. Really innovative, and so I have to necessarily understand it fully right now to be into it, and I will be trying it as soon as it's released. And as I was saying, when CRV USD was released, it's also when I started bridging my BTC sitting in my wallet for a long time, not producing anything. And so those are awesome. And if those numbers are true, it's indeed incredible to even 2 digits yield on BTC is pretty amazing. Remember that when I bridged to wrap BTC at the time, I think a bit later, we had the WBT FUD, and it's not been activated for a while, the WBTC FUD. I don't what BTC version they will be using. What's your take on wrap BTC? I still have a lot of it. What's the opinion here? Should we keep believing in it, or version of it?
It's a good question. I have some exposure to wrap BTC, and generally I don't worry too much about it. I don't know why I don't worry too much about it. It's probably like because I'm stupid. But I think that generally speaking, like for all the kind of like for all the hate that Justin Sun gets, like I think most of that hate is just jealousy. I think that he's actually like kind of a fine guy, and he just like knows how to play his part really well. And in a lot of ways, like I think that the like broader crypto ecosystem needs a Justin Sun, because like I'm fine with it for the most part. That being said, like I feel safer with TBTC, but I don't feel safe with any of them because at the end of the day, like I've just seen too many things like DPEG and another bid just came in, by the way, 17,666.
Respect, man. Best auction ever.
It's gonna be a good one. Unfortunately, Robo Odin's not with us, so not able to talk about it. But
I think he's gonna try and reconnect. He told me he's gonna try and reconnect soon. I think he's getting a better setup. So all good.
Right on, right on. Well, if he does, like, one of the things that I hope he knows is if he doesn't get it, he can withdraw his squid. But at some point, probably not this month, because I got some travel plans coming up, but at some point in the not too distant future, we will hopefully have it where you can actually have like ranked auction. So second place gets something, third place gets something, fourth place gets something, because we're getting more and more inventory coming up.
Yeah, we can have actually all kinds of these. This is actually a cool concept, and I've actually also been approached by some other people in the space who like the concept. They haven't really participated yet, but I think it's working. I think people are becoming curious about this mechanism, and it's fair and it's transparent. And for now, like prices have, at least until last week, like they've really been cheap. I don't know. It's
still cheap for squid, in my opinion.
Kind of fun, and it's even something that people can buy for their own project if they want. Like they don't even need to ask. They can just purchase it and do it whatever, or they don't even have to be a project. It can just be like I don't know, a post that they've written and they really want like people to see. So you can use the slot to share your post. You can basically do it to whatever, unless it's something I don't know extreme that we wouldn't want to share. But either way, really, it's really cool, and it's really fun to stream these while they're on the auctions. It's really cool. I wanted to ask this, Garrett, about the auctions. If someone bids and then someone outbids them, like they only need to add an amount of squid in order to.
That's correct.
Nice.
And the UI handles it too. So if you're already in for 18,420 or whatever, and you want to bid up to 2391, then it will just automatically take out just the amount you need. Same with if you're bidding with wrapped frax ETH, it will just convert the amount of wrapped frax ETH that you need to get to the higher amount.
Shout out to you and the dev team for building it. Really, I think it's extremely unique, and it puts us in this very cool position. Right on.
Yeah.
Yep. I also want to say congrats, because I'm driven by innovation in the crypto space. It's really cool to try all those things that you're building in the news and communication field. I've been commenting to get squids. I've been updating my profile picture to get squids. So that's a cool, fun little activities to do, and I think you're building something cool. So congrats.
Yeah, actually, that's a perfect segue. Usually, I like to spend like the last 15 or so minutes of the stream talking about like some of the stuff we're building. But like, who knows when the last 15 minutes are going to be? So let's just go ahead and talk about it now. There has been this new initiative which we've been doing this past week, which is also one I've been watching pretty closely. It is kind of new mechanism by which we determine our monthly squid distributions. So since we launched a couple years ago, we've been giving out 1 million squid per month for participation. And this most recent month, we went to this kind of new system, which is entirely controlled by DAO vote. So it used to be basically just like me being like, trust me, bro, here's a good distribution. And it worked well enough because thankfully I wasn't rugging the project. But you don't want to be in that situation, right? Like I'm about to.
Thank you for that, sir. By the way, thank you for that.
You're welcome. The bigger issue might be like if I'm not going to rug, like I'm going on a like international flight into a monsoon season. What happens if that flight crashes? Like we don't want the project to die. We want the emissions to be able to continue, right? We want the like things to keep going. So we went to this distribution system called alternately CUTTLE, or known in the popular parlance as Project CUTTLE, which is just way more adorable, whereby we actually just vote on how should the squid be distributed. And we have Project CUTTLE outlines like how anyone can basically come to us and be like, hey, I'm doing something. I think it's squid aligned. I'd like to be included in the vote, and the parameters for how you can do so. So we've been having a lot of fun with this in that like we launched commenting on our website. We launched like the ability to upload a profile picture to our website. We wanted people to try it and report bugs back. So we're giving people in the month of August for activities performed in July. We're giving them we gave that as like a vote for weight for this if you would like to receive some like squid for uploading a profile picture, and it's at 8.6.1% weight for the month, which works out to 86,000. If you go to this tab here, you can see the full distribution. But people are getting paid pretty good for just uploading a profile picture. That's all these people here in the social tab. It's like 5,000 squid, which is like $50 for uploading a profile picture. Like getting paid. Now that would not be enough to help you in the auction. The auction is now at 22,420.
Wow, we have some contenders today, Kafka.
This is going to be a good one. $200, $207. Now, a DeFi advisor, I think you did the original live stream for the original auction. Oh, 25,000 just came in.
Oh, wow.
25,000.
Yeah. This is so cool. Yeah, I actually did the first one spontaneously, but actually the first one I was busy all that week sending people messages on Telegram, telling them they should bid, and wow, and look at that. Because I actually think that if we really want to push these, we should do some back scene marketing. You know what I mean? Like turning people on. But we don't always do that very diligently at Leviathan News, that specific part. And it was really actually kind of fun to have this concept of seeing live bids enter. I remember how excited I was when I started seeing some bidders, including Token Bryce, because with him you saw on his address his ENS name or something like that, I think. So I knew it was him. And yeah, it was fun. It did go, but squid price was higher than, I think, Garrett, no? Like maybe it was bigger in dollar value, I think, than at least this moment, if I remember correctly. But it wasn't as much squid.
You might be right. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look through the archives for it because it was on a different contract. But it was okay. I think it was around $250, give or take.
Yeah, I think so.
Also, like that was for one where we really hyped it up. We really did that behind the scenes networking. The idea of getting it and that was also for a month of ad inventory. This is just for a week of ad inventory. So it shows you how far we've come. Hopefully, hopefully we continue to get feedback from people like Robo Odin, who may or may not be a bidder on the experience and can continue to make it better. Like one of the things that we want to do is get it like where you can bid from mainnet, because some people don't know how to bridge to Fractal. And that's actually possible according to Johnny. It requires some custom dev work. Another thing that we want to do is get it possible to bid in other tokens. So if you don't want to do it in Squid or Wrap Frax ETH, we can build the routing to do it. 27,420 just came in. 27,420.
Man, what is up?
You know what? This is giving me the same feeling than during the Llama auctions, which was peak fun of crypto.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's based off the Llama contract auction for.
It's actually
so this is AOS, by the way. This is AOS, by the way, that you're
for now, it's only two bidders going head to head here. I see.
Could be anyone. $250. $250.
Could be anyone. Who knows?
No, but you know what? These are decent prices already, man.
Yeah, it's such a. I mean, at $40 was a steal. $40 2 weeks ago was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was really cheap at $40 or $20.
But unfortunately, I have to go. I have to hunt for having me. Love the Llama Party, and I will be keeping an eye on the auction for reasons. So have a great week, everybody. Great chat as always.
Thanks for joining. And I'll ping you separately about getting more feedback on the actual product and dev stuff. But thanks for joining, and you will be getting some inclusion in the Llama Party CUTTLE for your participation here.
Awesome.
So that's
Man,
a
that's
non too subtle segue back to talking about the Project Cuddle experience. I just wanted to bring up that the reason that I was bringing up the social last month, upload a profile picture, get some points. This month, it's going to be a different mechanism because this is the first full month we've had commenting on our website as well as Telegram. This was launched a couple weeks ago, and it's been very pleased to see people have been using it and using it like to great effect. But basically, the system I'm going for is it's going to be competitive, where it's probably like maybe 50-60% of the allocation within the like social category is for whoever gets the top comment on any post. So that could be anything.
Yeah.
That could be you just reply first.
Can you show the posts? Can you show it on screen, like the website itself? Because you guys have really built a lot of cool stuff there. And it's really, it's a great idea, especially hearing Pims saying he's enjoyed it, like actually rewarding participation there, and like whoever uploads and creates a profile and enters a name and a profile pic and comments and gets the best comment for sure. And definitely we should be like also creating a way to vote for those who participate in the auction. Man, we should definitely reward that kind of stuff. These are the only people actually giving us some squid back.
So actually, like real quickly, we do. Auction is a category, and it was mostly going to Cogsy because Cogsy put the most value in. So what's funny is Cogsy from last month's auctions, if the based on the last time I updated these weights here on the current vote, is getting about 35,000 squid back as a kind of rebate for his auction participation. So if you actually look at how much, if you actually look at how much he's bidding, right? Like he's bidding almost all that in this current auction, but that's a free auction for him. That's like the cool thing about the system.
Oh wow, it went up again. The auction
went up again. If you want to be,
this is the best. This is the best auction ever. This is officially the best auction ever.
Yeah, it's at 30,000 even, which might have been Sir Robo Odin. We don't know. Plausible deniability. Right before leaving, but if he in fact left, then maybe he's out of it. Maybe in the next 22 minutes he's going to have to transit and is not going to be able to knock out any competing bid. Should a competing bid come in, we'll see. Anyway, yeah, that top. Getting back to that, where was it? So you can see for the August discussion, we actually hosted it using our comment system, like eating your own dog food here, and it was a fairly active discussion. But next to each of these, you can see there's a thumbs up, and whichever gets the most thumbs up gets that top comment slot. So if you want to like max out and like earn a ton of squid for this upcoming month, you should like heavily upvote. First of all, you should just go to every article and comment on it. We like reply guys. Most of us are reply guys. So we want to cultivate a community where reply guys can feel safe by sprinkling their wisdom throughout the community. But if it's competitive and multiple people are reply guying, upvote, and you will yourself be able to. Yeah. Oh, all right. Guess what?
Another bid by Cogsy event.
33333. Wow. What's wild about that actually is like I don't know if Cogsy was doing the math here, but that means the next bid to take it is an even 35,000. An even 35,000. Only $300. Like if you were doing this in terms of wrapped frax ETH, that is not much for. Let's see. So do you remember during DeFi summer when you're trying to get into a liquidity pool and you would have to spend maybe 0.07 in gas? Because I do.
I painfully do in order to.
That's
because
all it would cost to win the bid here.
Man, it's nice.
So DeFi Advisor, actually, could I ask your feedback on Project Cuddle while we're on the subject? Because you actually had left a comment in here, which says we'll be honest, not so clear when most people seem to be voting regardless of actual participation. What's the point and how is that fair? And I wasn't quite sure what you meant by that. Any chance you feel like comfortable elaborating on that on the air here?
To be honest, I've talked to Second Set Maze, and he explained to me some of the stuff. So I actually think that, okay, it was not clear for me, and it's not exactly what I thought when I've written it. And actually most of it goes, but I think that there were he showed me some stuff on other comments there that you guys like are actually going to take the weight of specific categories, and you're going to do something that you guys just technically didn't want to remove the vote and upload it back in order to change a specific category.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway, mostly what I'm actually, in retrospect, do enjoy seeing, and that people are getting the ability to choose. You know what I mean? Like if someone thinks that the best thing is the dev department, and he has a good case to claim it, he should put most of his weight into the dev, and he shouldn't. You know what? Because on one hand, I want to really reward the participation. Like for me, it's the ethos. I want to see who actually tries to participate and make sure they're rewarded, because I see the energy and the time, the effort being put in. So I think it's the kind of behavior I want to reward the most. But honestly, the whole point of a DAO is that someone else in the DAO, and look at all these voters, man, it's actually quite exciting, I must say. Like they have other perspectives on who should be rewarded this month and why, and maybe they don't care that I did this and this guy did that, because they actually think that the most important thing is to reward comments or auctioneers or again any other category. And to be honest, even the stuff I didn't like about the CUTTLE proposal, it's actually making me more bullish about it, because it's getting an actual structure of a DAO. I'm not saying that it's exactly ideal, and that there aren't stronger voters than other. But first of all our voters, they've earned their votes. You know what I mean? No one just got something, and there wasn't like a VC who paid any money. No, this is an imaginary token that we've invented and started distributing, actually according to stuff mostly like participation, and people have earned it on Leviathan News even before the Squid DAO inauguration for over 2 years, man. And this is not like something we've been doing like a day or two, and we've actually did see some all kinds of shapes and forms of this project and vision that we've started. But I actually think that CUTTLE, I'm bullish on it, both with some of the stuff that's going in a direction that I agree with, and both with some of the stuff that not necessarily, because it actually starts creating this feeling of an actual community, an actual DAO, and you can hear from even like I was actually very excited to hear what Pims mentioned earlier about he's as a DeFi user, and this is not like this is someone who actually knows something about DeFi. You know what I mean? This is like a llama in a way. It's beyond like the normie viewer, if there's such a thing. And all of a sudden he's saying, you know what? Pims knows where to find information about crypto and DeFi anyway. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to have us. But if we're able to do some stuff that he likes and other likes, and that are innovative and they are unique to what we do, especially on the aspect of getting the community involved and engaged and participating in the whole process, and like showing the community that it can actually own its own media process and enjoy it. Man, I actually think that's it's an even better version of the vision than the one I've had in mind. So it's actually I must say I enjoy it.
Yeah, I've been really heartened to see all the votes that did come in for it. And a few comments. Like one is like I'm very happy to see that a lot of the weighting came out pretty similar to how I was doing it when I was just doing kind of trust me, bro weighting. So I kind of like feel good that like I calibrated that pretty well in my mind. And I've also just been like super pleased to see like that the to me it looks like the votes have all been like really thoughtful and like really good and kind of arrived at like this like weighting that we couldn't have like we're like in this like awful situation where as much as we'd like it to be guided by like metrics, it's just not possible for us to weigh apples against oranges against bananas at this point. Like we can't internally really easily say like what does the news drive versus the DAO vote versus a social profile picture upload. But I think that like by just saying like, okay, crowds, give us your wisdom, we're actually getting to kind of what seems like the like best answer we can get for that. And just a quick plug, by the way, you have until 11 a.m. It's about 3 hours from now. If you have Squid and haven't voted yet, just so you know that last month DAO voting was a category. So if you voted in any DAO vote in July, we included that. And let's see, that would be worth another 5,581. So again, $50 for voting in the DAO. It's gasless. It's free. This is free money here. You can take the token, you can dump it, or you can use it to vote in future months. We hope you vote because we really do value the wisdom that has come. I'm going through an after action review process on this also. So I'm trying to write up lessons of what went well, what we learned, how can we do it better next month. So if you were one of these people, 20 some voters who voted, or if you didn't vote for whatever reason, give it, send your feedback to me. I'm trying to compile it and use it and figure out how we can make next month's vote go even better. Some people have already given feedback, huge respect and huge thanks for that.
What I really like about the vote is that it forces you to to pause and think a little bit of how it works behind the scene, which is from the perspective of a customer of news, crypto news or whatever news. Because if you're a customer, I don't know what the proper word would be, like me, for example, I could be tempted to wait in news because that's where I can actually post thing, contribute, and so paid better later on. But it would be a bit because you want this thing to keep building. So you want to also give a bit to the dev, and you start thinking, okay, how much do I want to give the dev? All those questions never asked yourself before for the New York Times or any other form of news, and that's really cool. And that's a real sense of ownership and contribution. So it's as simple as that. And there is also the emotional side of things where, well, if I was and I really liked it, well, I will put more where and then you can change and evolve every month depending on how things are going. So it's really cool, and I'll keep following, and I'm sure that everybody else will.
Thank you, Pims, and I hope to see you rocketing up the leaderboard of Squid holders because you were one of the earlier votes, and like really appreciate that.
As I said before, I'm having fun doing it.
Excellent. All right. Good news, everyone. The latest bid has come in. It is up to 35,000, and this is a new bidder who has entered the room. So
Wow, really?
OX2FE has joined the bidding, driving the price up to $323.18.
That is so cool, man. That is so cool. Right on. Thank you, participants. We should definitely. I'm gonna vote bigger for auctions this time if it keeps like this kind of pace. This is the in a way the behavior I wanna reward the most because they are the only one giving the squid back. So I enjoy what they're doing with their squid. It's kind of fun. It creates a loop. You know what I mean? Yeah, it creates a loop.
Yeah, and by the way, like as much as I like it for our internal advertising and auction, like auctions for like the ad slots, and I think it's great, and we have to keep doing it and do it in better ways. Some of the biggest auctions we had in the past and most successful ones have been when we auction off tokens, and I think we might want to look at doing more of those. So we previously did squill drops, like kind of massive amounts of squill. for massive amounts of squid, and they work pretty well. And I actually think that this would be a really useful mechanism for new DeFi protocols that are trying to kind of get their basically like launch and get their like tokens in the hands of people, hands of potential users. Basically like being like, like this is obviously like a extremely plugged in group of DeFi chads. They own llamas, like they're reading news about like the like most niche protocols in DeFi. Like, of course, these are not the average people. These are the people you want to get attention from. So the idea of like trying to get like advanced tokens into the hands of people, like I'm a little disappointed the Rock community didn't like save 1 or 2 NFTs for auction to the Leviathan community. But I think we should do more of this, like convince projects that are just launching to like introduce themselves to the world by hosting some sort of Leviathan news auction like this.
Man, we should try. I actually think that the most important thing is the experimental aspect of what we're doing, because we want to do something. By the way, you and I had talks about this kind of stuff in the past. Like, there's no actual point in trying to imitate everyone and doing like this the same thing all the time. Like, you might as well do something completely different and see if someone follows you, rather than just be another, copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. And actually, it's cool. I'm excited. I'm mostly, I think, excited by seeing how many voters there actually are. 23 people voted on the, what's it called? On the
August squid drop. Yeah,
that
was really exciting to see. I was really afraid that it wasn't going to come through, but. By the way, I'm inferring that the latest bidder might be Alice Rosengarten, because the latest comment is the bot does not detect ENS.
No, it actually shows it on my side. I just didn't know if she wanted to say.
Oh, it does
Yeah,
show
it's
ENS.
showing on mine as well.
It shows it on leviathannews.xyz, rosengarten.if.
Huh. Why would that not
Maybe
be
it's
showing?
like weird, huh? Maybe it's what browser are you using?
I don't think
Or could it be related? I have no idea about this kind of stuff.
All right, more work for the beleaguered devs. Actually, the work I need to do is I need to update the points algorithm. So just a note, if you are submitting news, and it's going through and you're using that kind of Telegram bot to say how many points you get, you should already know this, because the points are like, it depends on what the final weighting is. So it needs to be percent. Right now it's like hard coded to 250K, which is what the news used to be getting. It should just be it should be like a more fluid, like you earn a 30% equity or 10% equity of whatever the news ends up getting. So until I can get that fixed, just know that the points is going to be inaccurate. All right. Sir Rosengarten's machine is not working also. So that's an interesting one. We'll have to look into that one. We are down to the final 6 minutes of it though. So let's
I think another bit just entered.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Never mind. It is up to 36,780.50.
But I see that it doesn't change the time yet, or does it?
It does. It does.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I haven't.
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes or 3. How much is it at?
It's supposed to be a 10-minute wind down.
Okay.
10-minute cooldown. So every time you bid,
okay.
Every time you bid, this Llama Party gets going for another 10 minutes.
Man, I can't believe what we're watching. Like this is the one bid that truly escalated for the first time. Like when a few people really.
I'll give you the credit on that, sir, because I think that you've done just humans work at hyping this up, where sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
By the way,
I'm taking, but this is.
By the way,
if
you want to do this again next week, I'm offline next week for sure. Like I know last week I said I was offline, and then I snuck in and did a Llama Party anyway because I'm addicted. But no, next week I'm going to be on an airplane. So I think it would be a little awkward if I sat there and was like live streaming from an airplane.
Man, that could
Maybe
it would be our most successful stream. Oh man, got it.
I'll try. I'll try, but it's absolutely guaranteed. Like the flight departs at the like, it's not happening. But if you'd like to like take over and host one for next week, like maybe we can get it like 10 times this. All right, it looks
Highly
like
doubt it. But
Alice Rosengarten throwing in a bid for 39,000. Alice, at what point do you
Wow,
lose
Alice.
the?
Wow.
So just so you know who you're bidding against here, like Alice is a squid whale. Alice has over 1 million squid.
Yeah,
Although
yeah,
I'm curious,
joke.
at what point, Alice, do you lose this? Millionaire squid status? Are we gonna have to kick you out of the Million Squid Society? Are you like willing to
Never,
put
never.
that much on the line?
Alice, don't do it.
Well, fortunately, the bot.
Man. By the way, Alice did win a bid in the past. For not only that, she won several bids, but she also won a bid for a Squid Pass, I think, and she got Capo Joseph from Nerite, the Liquidity V2 fork on Arbitrum. I think that's how he got on the Llama Party, no?
Yes, that's back when I was auctioning for Llama Party slots. Now it's anyone can come on. 45,000 is the new going price. $415 for this. So just on that subject, I'm not sure if everyone knows this, but if you are one of the holders of 1 million squid, and this would also count as squid equivalency in LP pools, although actually someone pointed out StakeDAO is not yet supported, and it should be because StakeDAO just launched on Fractal to get the max boost on our squid pools. Don't worry, we're not kicking anyone, because the moral of the story is that like I haven't yet coded the bot to actually police it and kick people out. It just polices entry. But you know, at some point, maybe we will. Maybe we'll have like a grace period for like 20. Well, obviously, like after this vote for Project CUTTLE, like you would get some squid back, and maybe you won't get it back the entirety. But that being said, like if you want entry into this like million squid society, the total market cap of squid is only about 30 million. So there could only be 30 people in this chat, like absolute DeFi chads who like talking about Leviathan as well as all sorts of other stuff. Just get 1 million squid, type the /squid command into the bot, and you can join this this chat. We always have next week bid war. Sounds like Robo Odin is running out of gas.
It looks like Alice just decided she wants it.
I'm looking forward to see what Alice decides to advertise if she does win this.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe you can give us a sneak preview in the chat, which would give you like a pretty good exposure, because there's 876 people watching this live, and right now the Squid Pass, which Stilly Me is not up. Let's get that back up. The Squid Pass will take you to Ayaz, who is one of the participants in this bid war. The other participant in this bid war is Robo Odin. Not sure exactly what is advertised. Maybe Tokamak, which would be a good one. And then Alice, if you win this, you can advertise something of your choosing. All right, 7 minutes left. DeFi Advisor.
I like the fact that it now takes it to 10 minutes rather than 5 or whatever it was. Because 10 minutes, it's like it gives us enough tension. You know what I mean? It's not that long, but it's also, okay, this is time. Like someone can decide, okay, I'm doing it. It creates a thought process for the bidder. I like it.
Oh, interesting. So if Alice wins, it's going to go to an artist friend. It's going to sell some merch. So that's going to be fun to see.
Oh, that's so cool. That's going to be a first.
Yeah, I did know that in this past week, one of the stories. Let me pull this up while we're chatting here. One of the stories that came up this past week was also like a good one from Rex about an artist as well. Let's see, where'd that go? So filed under NFT. Yeah, here we go. Let's pull up this article. And this came to us from Logarithmic Rex, sporting a gorgeous profile picture here. And We have Degen Alfie launching an open NFT mint to celebrate Ethereum's institutional dominance and support Ethereum development and the protocol guild. So this is, I can confirm, a like legit project. It's not like random, like, hey, this is nuts, this is crazy, like we're gonna rug you. Like, it supposedly is like pretty legit, pretty authentic. So check this out. Do you guys think NFTs are back? Because I kind of think that they're back. I saw Ether Rocks were going for like a good amount of money again.
But that's like a real classic, you know. Ether Rock is maybe the most luxurious NFT for real, no?
Oh yeah, that's the one that I want. If you ever birthday shopping for me, you can always just get me an Ether Rock. By the way,
Yeah, that's a status symbol, you know what I mean? Like beyond anything else, like really. But I actually think that DeFi NFTs are a bit on the rise. Like I really like the mint by Regnum Aurum with the rack bots that we had. They were first of all for there was a window that only like Curve ecosystem participants could have actually get them for like a few hours at first, for free, by the way, and then it was open for free for everyone, and it's supposed to have some roles within their ecosystem. So I actually think that this is a very good niche that we will be seeing more and more. Like DeFi projects already have communities. They have some stuff often they can do to play with it if they want. So I think we'll see a lot of it.
yeah, incidentally, if you're wondering how Alice is getting the money to bid on this, just look at how many top comments she showed up on as we've browsed through Leviathan news stories today. So
Exactly. She was
pretty smart. Although that being said, there's a new bid that has come in: 50,000 squid tokens.
Seriously?
$461.
Wow, man, this is man. Whoa.
So,
Who's that?
this is
Wow, people are taking it seriously. Man, this is actually like selling an ad slot in a way. This is not doing it for $20 or $40. You know?
no. Although
This is right now like $460 or 400 and
yeah, we thought Robo Odin was out of steam, but this is Robo Odin bidding again. So this is going to get intense here. And now what's funny is like real-time ad auctions, like on Google, like they happen instantly. Everyone submits their bid. It happens in, the equivalent would be in a single block. I actually think at some point Leviathan will get to like real-time ad bidding once we like get big enough. But for now, like this is like still kind of a fun way to do it, but it does have its drawbacks. Like you have to be in front of the computer if you're not in the right time zone, if you're asleep. You can use Johnny Online's auto bid auction bot actually. If you join the Telegram auction channel, there's an automatic bidding bot that you can use to to sit there and like you say, I'm just gonna zone out and let it bid for me. And we are also in that same channel to watch all these auctions continue to just watch all the auction activity as it goes through, because it's a blast.
Yeah, man, it's actually cool to see this kind of slot really all of a sudden escalates and goes to the.
All right, guess what?
I think that something just happened according to the bot.
Nope,
no?
100,000 squid.
Yeah. Oh man. Man, Alice is
on fire.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Man.
That is 1/10 of the
Alice
way
can put
to getting
on a
in the
show.
million squid society. That is a big one. Wow. That is
Cheers,
almost
Alex. Alice.
$1,000
Wow.
if you'd like to purchase this particular fairly legendary now auction. This easily has to be the biggest auction of all time.
Man, it's not even close. we will. It will not be easy to match this in the future.
Let's just see. Let's just see what.
Hopefully, we're playing.
Let's just
Wow,
see what
man.
this would go for. If you want to now take the bid, you'll have to put in $922. That would be 0.2 wrapped frax ETH would get you there. So that's not crazy. 0.2 wrapped frax ETH. Yeah, that's doable.
Possible for many. Possible for many.
I mean, you know.
Yet, wow, Alice is here to bid.
Just doubling the prior bid. Doubling the prior bid. And you know.
Yeah, the style. You know what I mean? And you know what? When it happened, when we were talking about Ether rocks, if anyone's gonna have an Ether rock in the Leviathan community, it will probably be Alice.
Little fun Easter egg. Not everyone knows this, but when you win a squid auction, you actually do get an NFT. So
yeah?
maybe like Alice will be able to then turn around and auction off the NFT she gets, and maybe she'll be able to get more money back.
Man. But I don't believe she will ever sell this.
I guess we need to build a lending market so you can lend against your NFT. All right. Well, 7 minutes left. Definitely have to see. Yeah, people are just tuning in. We're almost over 1,000 viewers at the same time as the auctions going for over 100,000. Very addictive for sure. And we got to get more auction stuff going on that are not just our ad inventory auctions, because this is too much fun. Because like people who listen earlier know I'm starving. Like I'm waiting for this to end so I can go eat. But I haven't snuck out to get food. You've seen me here the whole time. Maybe it's AI. I don't know.
Man, you're working. You're bringing the bread to Leviathan. That's the whole point. Incredible job. I actually think it's so cool to have it on the Llama Party itself. It serves like it puts it in exact timing for this kind of stuff, and I think the community really likes it.
That's a lot of fun. I'm actually like looking through the curve pool now, and it looks like there has been some of the bids going through has been buys of squid, and I think
yeah, people don't go around with 100K squid in their wallet, man. That we not know about.
Alice did. Alice did.
100K squid.
Although
Alice, okay. Alice is Alice, but not that many people have 100 squid cash. That's what.
No,
I mean.
it's
they don't. We don't have that many holders of that money.
No, it's I mean, for being something that we sprinkle liberally across the kind of DeFi ecosystem every month, it is surprisingly scarce. Like there's not that many opportunities to get squid like in that size. So we'll see. We get down to the final 5 minutes perhaps. But even Cogsy, who's like a massive bidder, is not possessed of so much squid. So like maybe if we snoop on his wallet now, maybe he's like furiously trying to bridge money to Fractal to get refill their squid supply. I don't know. Or
this is going to a state now. These people are going to go to the project themselves and ask them for money now if they want to compete with.
Yeah. At the end of the day, by the way, if you are a DeFi protocol, you can see that owning some squid will actually be in your strategic interest. It would be a useful buy for your project because we're building in public everything that we're doing. And you could see that squid is perhaps the best way to get your project in front of a strong DeFi aligned community. At the moment, you can do it through auctions, but in the future, it's going to become the lubricant for a news pipeline. So, for example, maybe you'll like try and get a post promoted to a wider set of people. Wow. We're down to the final 5 minutes. What do you think? Has Cogsy just thrown in the towel? Cogsy was just gloating in the auction channel just a few minutes ago.
Really? What did he say?
Cogsy has access to some gorgeous AOS art. So it's a picture of the AOS founder riding this like bull into the sunset with the AOS logo as the background. Let me see if I can pull it up. I can't do my Telegram, but I might be able to.
Cogsy is so great. Shout out Cogsy. We should have Cogsy on whenever he can.
Always trying to get Cogsy on. But this might actually be Aoz riding off into the sunset and this amazing streak of victories coming to an untimely end if Cogsy is unable to bridge in the next 4 minutes. And even that, I feel like there's like something weird about the UI or the Fractal like timestamps. Sometimes I think there's like 5 seconds, 10 seconds remaining and the auction just closes and settles. So this might be curtains. This might be the final sunset for the Aoz founder. Yeah, let's zoom in just a bit on that as they.
We should definitely give a big shout out to them for getting so many of these in a row.
Well, yes, they're all
believing in like what we do. Really, I really respect them. I've gave that a lot more attention in the recent few streams that I have done because I really realized these guys really they appreciate what we offer and they keep doing it and they see it as a good deal and they keep getting it. So I actually applaud them and commend them and thank you guys for participating in it. But who knows, man? It's just one auction and it's not even over yet. Who knows? But it's a whole other price level.
Absolutely. And if you look at the Aoz like chart here, like it's gone down a little bit, but they're a top 200 project according to CoinGecko. So like that's super legit. But they know that Leviathan's where the magic happens. But down to the last 2.5 minutes.
I actually think that this is a good time to also give a shout out to our audience itself as we get close to 1,000 people watching. But also, I think that projects they know that the Leviathan News is not a huge channel, but it's actually been watched by really influential and savvy people about the industry. Like we have a quality audience. I think that's something we should definitely be proud of. And really, guys, respect for your time and just come and participate, guys. Just come and make us better. I think that the inauguration of Squid DAO is such an important moment for us. Really, I can't even describe it. It's like the most important thing ever since we actually went live with the whole project because all of a sudden we have a chance to actually do stuff transparently and with the community and have people just say, hey guys, why aren't you doing this and that? And we'll be like, yeah, you're right. Let's do it. So I urge anyone who's interested in participating.
And word coming in from the auction channel. I don't know what this particular face means. We're going to find out soon. Cogsy is reacting, maybe just noticing the news, noticing there's 1 minute left. 1 minute left.
That's funny. That's
but yeah, as to echo what DeFi Advisor here said, if you're just tuning in now, like not only that, but like we've given ample opportunities for how you can earn money for just participating in the Leviathan ecosystem, doing fairly easy things like commenting on our posts, uploading a profile picture, participating in auctions. We give out all sorts of squid here and there. Yeah, we covered so much, Robo Odin, but unfortunately, it looks like you got priced out of it. So that's sad to see because I know how much you're looking forward to winning this one. But with 20 seconds left, unless you got a big move to make, do we need to do a countdown? 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the auction has expired officially. Let's go ahead and refresh this just to see, but it looks like the official 100,000 squid for a record legendary squid pass. The squid pass from the Ides of August is breaking history here. So thank you so much. Congratulations, Alice. We'll follow up with you. Maybe not in the Squid Millionaires chat. Maybe we'll see.
We need a shout out, Alice. This is an incredible bid. Really big shout out. I'm looking forward to see the artist and the art that you're about to present. We should have a bit of a different screen for this, the end of the auction. we should celebrate like that the auction was won. You know what I mean? Not expired. We should have it like 0x won the bid for this and that
Good
squid.
feedback. Good feedback. I will tell the beleaguered devs to
I
get
think-
on that. Just don't expect anything till the devs get back from their swing through Eastern Asia. Incidentally, if you're aware of people in Korea that want to hang out and chat about crypto, I've got a couple of days swinging through crypto, meeting with some old crypto friends.
You're going to Korea?
And yeah, I want to take the opportunity to talk about like all that's going on. Let's get South Korea squid pilled, right?
Yeah, for sure. We should start having like all the projects. They go there and they have their keynotes and they talk about what they do. We should start sending you first of all to talk about what Leviathan News and Squid Owl.
Let's get some significant revenues first. Although this is a good start for sure.
Yeah, Alice has already put us on the revenue train. I'm feeling euphoric before the weekend starts.
All right, friends. So very sad that this QR code is no longer going to go to AIOZ for the upcoming week. Incidentally, a week where I'm not broadcasting on Friday gets the highest bid.
I know, but we will make sure to reward them with a proper stream. Like we will make sure that this won't fall between the chair. Whether it's something we do, maybe we can have like something delayed. Like we should definitely celebrate this kind of a bid, any bid, but definitely this kind of a bid with like a proper. Like we want them to want to continue bidding.
100%, 100%. All right, friends. Anything more you want to talk about, or I'm going to be released to eat some food?
Yeah.
Bon appetit, Garrett. It was really cool to be there with you and to see this historical bidding process. And see you.
Likewise, certified advisor.
Thank you so much for joining, Pimps, and thank you for hosting Curve Cap. Brilliant job, brilliant stream as always. Great energy. Thanks both Pimps and Robo for joining. Exactly the kind of energy we want. And to all the bidders, Cogsy, Robo, Alice, of course. Wow, congratulations. And incredible work, Curve Cap. Incredible work on this one. And go.
All right, friends. Unfortunately, we'll get to talk to you next week. But Squids, thank you as always for joining the Llama Party, and we will catch you all on the next tide.